All right, picture this. It's 7:00 a.m. on a Tuesday. You're standing in a hotel conference room,
Yeah.
and it has that, that very specific smell of industrial carpet cleaner and stale coffee,
Oh, I know that smell well.
right? And you're wearing a name tag that's already peeling off your lapel, and you're holding a little paper plate with, like, exactly 3 sweating cubes of cheddar cheese and maybe a single grape.
The height of glamour, the local business scene.
Exactly. And you're frantically scanning the room, just trying to think of anything interesting to say to a stranger who sells commercial insurance.
Yeah.
It's awkward, it's exhausting, and I mean, honestly, most of us only do it because we feel like we have to. We're chasing the holy grail of business growth.
Your referral.
The referral. Exactly. We're not there for the lukewarm coffee. We're there because we want someone to hand us business on a silver platter. But here's the thing, and this is why we're doing this deep dive today. It turns out most of us are doing it completely wrong.
Completely wrong. It's actually kind of painful how much effort is wasted in those rooms just because people don't understand the mechanics of what they're trying to build.
So today we're unpacking a presentation by Jeremy Danheiser. He's a senior director consultant for BNI, that's Business Network International out of Johannesburg. Now, BNI is, they're essentially the major leagues of this stuff.
They really are. They have data on referral marketing that goes back decades, and that's what makes this source so interesting. Jeremy isn't just offering, motivational quotes about shaking hands. He's breaking down the actual engineering of how a referral happens.
It's like looking at a schematic for social capital.
It is. And there's one specific insight in his slides that I think is going to, stop people in their tracks. It's this huge counterintuitive fact about why doing a fantastic 5-star job for your clients effectively guarantees you absolutely 0 referrals.
It's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? We're all raised to believe that quality speaks for itself.
But the logic here, it suggests otherwise. Doing a good job is just not the referral generator you think it is.
We are definitely going to dig into that because I feel like that's where the heartbreak happens for a lot of business owners. But let's set the foundation first. So Jeremy starts his presentation with a really basic question. Why do we network?
Right. It seems obvious, but he breaks it down into this hierarchy he calls the 4 R's.
The 4 R's, okay.
It's relationships, resources, referrals, and results.
But the order there is critical. Right, that's what you're saying.
The order is everything. You can't skip steps.
Walk me through that. Because I think most people, I'll include myself here, probably start at the end.
Oh, absolutely. Most people walk into that room with the cheese cubes focused entirely on the 4th R, results, or maybe the 3rd, referrals. They're thinking, who here can buy my thing right now? Or who can give me a name?
They're hunting.
They're hunting. But the model says you have to start with relationships. It's a sequence. You build the relationship. Then you move to resources, sharing knowledge, helping each other out. Then, and only then, do you earn the right to referrals.
And those referrals lead to the results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's farming, not hunting. If you try to harvest before you've even planted the seeds, you just end up being that annoying person pushing business cards into people's hands.
Okay, so let's assume we're willing to do the farming. We're building relationships. Why is a referral so much better than other kinds of business? I can buy leads on Google. I can put up a billboard. Why is this the holy grail?
The presentation boils this down to what he calls the 3 E's. These are the 3 metrics where referrals just blow every other lead source out of the water.
Okay, let's hit them. What's the first E?
Efficiency.
Efficiency.
Just think about the sheer number of hours you spend trying to get a meeting with a cold prospect. You're cold calling, you're emailing. It's a grind. With a referral, you skip all of that. The door is already unlocked for you. You bypass the gatekeepers. Your customer acquisition cost, just in terms of your time and your effort, it plummets.
Okay, that makes total sense. So what's the second E?
Effectiveness. So this is about what happens once you're actually in the room. Jeremy points out that you spend way less time closing the sale. And that's because trust is transitive.
Transitive.
Meaning, the trust that the client has for the person who referred you, it gets transferred to you before you even open your mouth. You have immediate influence. The yes comes faster because that wall of skepticism is already down.
So it's faster to get in and it's faster to close. That alone is huge for the bottom line. But it's the third E that I think is the most interesting. It's a little softer.
The 3rd E is enjoyable.
Yes.
And it sounds like a nice to have, but it's actually a huge deal for retention. Working with referred clients is just more pleasant. They aren't suspicious of you. They treat you with the respect they have for the friend who sent you.
That's a quality of life issue, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if your whole day is just fighting with skeptical strangers, you're going to burn out. But if your day is talking to friends of friends who already think you're great, well, that's a sustainable business.
Exactly. So referrals aren't just about making more money. They're about speed, effectiveness, and actually liking your job.
Which brings us to the elephant in the room. If referrals are so great, why aren't we all just swimming in them? I mean, the logic I've always operated on is I keep my head down, I deliver amazing work for my clients, and the phone should just ring.
And this is where we have to burst the bubble. This is what the source calls the good job trap.
Lay it out for us. This is the part that hurts.
Okay, so in the presentation, there's a slide that lists two statements that almost every business owner on the planet believes. Statement 1, people who know, like, and trust you will automatically pass you referrals.
Yep, sounds right.
Statement 2, doing a good job and providing amazing service equals more referrals.
That's like the 10 Commandments of business, right?
Yeah.
No, like, and trust.
And yet the very next slide has these big red letters that say both are false.
False. That feels, I don't know, heretical.
It's provocative, but hear it out. No. Like, and trust is the foundation. Yes, you absolutely need it, but it's not the trigger. Just because I trust you doesn't mean I wake up in the morning thinking about how to help you grow your business. I've got my own problems, you know.
Okay, that makes sense. I trust my dentist, but I don't walk around asking people about their teeth.
Exactly. But let's look at that second one because it's even more brutal. Doing a good job, Jeremy writes. Doing a good job doesn't earn you referrals. It keeps you from losing referrals.
Oof, that is a fine distinction.
And it gets even harsher. Doing a good job only entitles you to one thing, the pay you got.
Wow, the pay you got. That is incredibly transactional.
But it's logically accurate. Think about it. You hire a plumber to fix your sink and he fixes it perfectly.
Yeah.
Are you running to the phone to call 10 friends? Guys, you won't believe it. The water isn't leaking anymore.
No, I'm just glad my sink works. I paid him. He did the work. We're even.
Exactly. You expected a good job. He delivered a good job. You paid the invoice. That transaction, that loop, is closed. A referral requires you to go above and beyond that closed loop. It requires a different kind of motivation.
That is a massive paradigm shift. I think a lot of people sit by the phone feeling resentful, you know. I stayed late for that client. I saved them a ton of money. Why aren't they sending me business?
And the answer is, they think you're square. They paid you. The presentation argues that to get referrals, you need a different kind of relationship, not a client-provider relationship. It's a referral-partner relationship, and those are two very different things.
So we need to redefine what we're even looking for. If a client just passing my name along isn't a guarantee, what does a real referral actually look like? Because I think we misuse that word all the time.
Oh, constantly. We confuse leads with referrals.
Right. Like, hey, you should call my cousin. He might need a website.
That is not a referral.
Yeah.
That is a cold lead with a vague connection. And when you call that cousin, he's going to say, "Woo, oh yeah, Dave mentioned you. I'm busy right now."
Painfully accurate. So how does Jeremy Danheiser define it? BNI is super specific about this stuff.
He provides a 5-point checklist, and it is rigorous. To be a real referral, it has to meet all 5 of these criteria.
All 5. Okay, let's run the checklist. What's point A?
Point A, the person is in the market for your product or service.
Okay, basic. They actually need what you have.
Point B, they know they are in the market.
That's an important distinction. So you're not trying to convince them they have a problem.
Right, they're already aware. Point C, the person referring them, let's call them the connector, has talked to them about their need.
So the connector has actually engaged. It wasn't just them overhearing something at a bar.
Exactly. And point D, the connector has talked to them about you, specifically you, not just, I know a guy, but I know Sarah and she's perfect for this.
Okay, and then you said there's a kicker. Point E.
Point E. This is the one that separates the amateurs from the pros.
What is it?
They're expecting your call.
They were expecting your call.
Think about the psychological difference that makes. When you pick up the phone, you are not an interruption. You're not a nuisance. You are the solution they were told to wait for.
That completely changes the dynamic, doesn't it? It goes right back to the 3 E's. It's efficient because they pick up. It's effective because they're ready to listen. And it's enjoyable because they actually want to talk to you.
Exactly. It creates what he calls a warm path. The trust has already been moved from the connector to you before you even say hello.
So if that's the gold standard, A client who knows they have a problem, knows about me, and is waiting for my call. How on earth do we make that happen? Because we just established fixing their sink isn't enough to trigger this.
This is where we get into the strategy part of the presentation. He calls this solving the referral conundrum.
The conundrum being, I want referrals, but I can't force people to give them to me.
Right. You can't control other people, but you can control the environment. And the solution comes in two really distinct steps. Step one is the relationship upgrade.
An upgrade in what sense?
Well, we talked about know, like, and trust. But for referrals, it has to be deeper. The relationship must be reciprocal. It has to be founded on business. And this is the phrase from the slides. It must be developed to the point where they have mentally decided they want to refer you.
Mentally decided they want to refer you.
Yeah.
So it's like a switch has to be flipped in their brain.
It is a switch. It's the moment where I stop thinking of you as just that person I know and start thinking of you as part of my toolkit. I want to help you because helping you helps me, or at least it feels good because I'm invested in your success. It moves from being passive to being active.
Okay, so that's the emotional commitment. But even if I want to refer you, I might not know how. I could spot the wrong kinds of opportunities or explain what you do poorly.
And that is step two. This is the part almost everyone misses. The source states it explicitly. You must teach others how to refer you.
You must teach them.
This is the missing link for like 90% of business owners. They assume people are mind readers. They assume everyone knows what a good client looks like for a graphic designer or a financial planner. But they don't.
It's so true. I might think a financial planner just wants anyone with a wallet. But maybe they only want people with a certain net worth or people going through a specific life event. If I don't know that, I can't spot the referral.
Exactly. You have to give them the script. You have to educate your network on the trigger words to listen for.
Trigger word.
Yeah. If you hear someone say, I'm worried about an audit, that's my cue. Or if you hear someone say, my back hurts when I sit at my desk, that is the trigger for the ergonomist. If you don't teach your network those specific phrases, you're just leaving it all up to chance.
So we need these deep reciprocal relationships, and then we have to actively teach our network. That sounds like a lot of work.
It is work. It's a job in and of itself.
And I imagine it's hard to maintain that kind of consistency just casually, catching up for coffee once a month. You forget to teach, or you just end up talking about sports.
It's nearly impossible to do casually. And that leads us right to the final section of Jeremy's presentation. He argues that you need a system to produce this.
A system. And this is where the BNI pitch comes in, naturally.
Right. But even if you never join BNI, the principles of the system are what matter. The presentation outlines the solution with 3 pillars: systems, education, and commitment.
Okay, let's break those down because these are applicable even if you're building your own little network. So pillar 1, systems and processes.
So think about the chaos of the open market. You're competing with everyone. BNI's first system rule is exclusivity. Only one person per professional specialty.
Which immediately eliminates the competition. You're the only residential realtor in that room.
Correct. It creates the psychological safety. You can share your best secrets because nobody there is trying to steal your clients. And then you add the structure weekly meetings, specific agendas, policies, ethics. It all creates consistency. And consistency breeds trust.
That makes sense. It's hard to build a referral relationship with someone who flakes on you. So pillar 2 is education.
This goes right back to teaching people how to refer you. BNI doesn't just hope you figure it out. The slide says they train you how to be effective. They offer a plethora of training resources.
So they're teaching you how to be a better teacher to your own network.
Yes. They teach you to be specific. Instead of saying, I need more clients, you learn to say, I'm looking for a connection to the HR manager at a mid-sized tech firm in this specific zip code.
That specificity is terrifying to some people, though. They think it limits them. They think, if I only ask for tech firms, I'll miss out on the bakery down the street.
But in the referral world, specificity is magnetic. Anyone means no one. If I ask you for anyone who needs insurance, your brain just goes blank. It's too broad. If I ask you for a bakery owner who just bought a new delivery van, your brain immediately starts scanning for that specific image.
That's a great point. Specificity triggers memory. Okay, and finally, pillar 3, commitment.
This is the glue. The slide highlights the commitment of your fellow members, the leadership team, the regional support team, all of it.
It's a whole ecosystem.
It is. It creates a culture where asking for referrals isn't awkward or needy. In the real world, asking for a referral can feel like you're begging. In this system, it's the entire point of the group. Everyone is there to give and to get.
Which removes all that social friction. You don't have to apologize for trying to grow your business.
Exactly. It creates a safe environment to practice that education step we talked about. You stand up every single week and teach your sales force, your fellow members, how to sell for you.
So let's zoom out a bit. We've gone from the cheese cubes to the hard truth that good work doesn't equal referrals, to defining what a real referral actually is. They're expecting your call. And finally, to the need for a system to teach people how to help you.
It's a journey from passive hope to active strategy.
Passive hope to active strategy. I love that.
Most businesses run on referral hope. I hope they like my work. I hope they tell a friend. The science of referrals, what Jeremy Danheiser is laying out here, is about replacing that hope with engineering. You build the relationship, you teach the partner, and you systemize the process.
And whether you join a formal group like BNI or you just try to build this yourself with a small group of trusted peers, the principles hold up.
They absolutely do. The 3 E's apply to every business. The danger of the good job trap applies to every single business.
It really makes you rethink every interaction you've had with your best clients. You realize you've just been waiting for them to read your mind.
You have. You've been waiting for them to do a job you never even trained them for.
So here's where we want to leave you today. We want to leave you with a challenge, a little provocative thought to mull over based on everything we've just unpacked.
We want you to think about your absolute best client from the last year. The one you did your best work for. The one who loves you. The one who left you that 5-star review.
Have you ever explicitly taught them how to refer you? I mean, do they know who your ideal next client is? Do they know the trigger words to listen for? Or are you just assuming they know because they like you?
If you haven't taught them, you are leaving your biggest opportunity on the table. You've already done the hard work, you just haven't collected the bonus.
That's a powerful thought to end on. Go teach someone how to help you today.
You might just be surprised by how willing they are to do it.
Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you then.